Welcome, Scorpio, to your April forecast 2016. This is Virtual Tarot, and bringing you along in my journey of presenting Virtual Tarot as a single person all by myself. I don't want to be too long-winded because my last video, which was my first video, it's Pisces, I realized it was a little long. So I will try not to be as long-winded about it. But Trudy and I are still going through the machinations of trying to compensate for the injury that Trudy sustained on her jaw. So I'm going to do 6 of these videos myself, and she will do 6 later when her jaw feels better. So yes, again, we're all having to deal with these events that come in and change the mechanics of how we do things normally. So, Virtual Tarot is a place you come to hear a forecast for your sign for the next month. And we accomplish this task with a 4-card spread. The first card represents the overall environment, energy environment, energy meaning emotional, psychological, physical event, energy of that month. Second is the challenge, that which you will feel you have to overcome or demands of you time, energy, and effort. So that's your challenge. The third is about the unexpected, the types of events that come in from an unplanned area of the event horizon, let's just say. So we move to the last card, meaning the outcome. It can be a comment on the overall energy of the month, or it can represent a new energy or the type of energy that moves you out of the month into the next month. That's the 4-card spread. So I want to show you, Scorpio, that I do this spontaneously. And the authenticity of a reading is that it happens right here in the moment, where all power and where everything that is. I take a number of them. I want to show you that too. And I turn them upside down. I return them into the deck. And then I continue to shuffle. So to put a randomness in there, and also an opportunity for the cards to speak in a language of not negativity, I don't want to say that, but the alternate side of a set of symbols. What would that symbol mean if it were not permitted to manifest? So you see, we need that too. We place the cards down here, Scorpio. I wanted to tell you, I have Scorpio rising. So again, for me, it's this is almost like a personal reading, and I'm a believer in them. Believe me. I also listen to them over and over, as if I channel them almost, you know. So in the position of the overall energy for you, Scorpio, you had a beautiful month. Again, with tremendous creative potential around you. This month we have, oh, how interesting, 10 of Swords reversed. That's interesting. The 10 of Swords is a card that Um, you see, the swords are about the mind, about mentation, about about the world of the mind, of what goes on in your mind. And sometimes that's reflective of what's going on in your life. And sometimes that's simply reflective of something that's going on in your soul. So, at the 10, the suggestion is that a certain sequence of either physical events or a process of how something has evolved. Whether this is a relationship, a business idea, a concept, somehow at the 10, you have had enough of it. You've come to a sort of a mental peak with it, and you can't see any more need to incur the difficulty of it, because you see each one of these swords represents sort of is piercing the person. In other words, there's an accumulation of what you may have found to be not painful, but that have inflicted in you some sort of discord, mental discord. Just say that. And you've had enough. It's reversed. That's beautiful. You see, you have to see this. Oh, I didn't even show you. It's reversed. So when this image is reversed, you can just see it. He would be suspended, and those swords, which are piercing him, are falling out one at a time. And this is the process of taking out that which had been causing mental discord in you and letting it go. Letting it go. When the swords come out, the healing can take place. But those swords have to come out. In other words, you can't hold on to a grudge. You can't hold on to the feeling that you've been in some way hurt, disrespected perhaps, or just taken advantage of in some way. You feel taken advantage of in some way. And these are the accumulated thoughts about that subject that drive into you a feeling of being a lack of love is basically what it is. So any kind of action towards you that feels that there's a lack of love in that. It's hard to describe this. Because you see, it doesn't necessarily have to be a huge drama. It can be the accumulated swords or arrows of verbal attacks from others, criticisms, or the feeling how someone is again manipulating you maybe, or has manipulated you, or is not conducting themselves towards you in a manner of true love. So those wounds can be accumulated, And now they're released. So, what a tremendous month coming up for you, Scorpio, because when you let go of all that, when you let go of being the victim, of feeling victimized, you let go of that which hurts you, which has been really what caused any pain at all, the feeling of being victimized. And this feeling is no more. You let go of that. Excellent. How is it? We've got, yes, we have a reversal. This is always, you know, for a tarot card reader. First of all, you have to read the card reversed, and then you have to read it as a part of a challenge. So let me do that right now. It's the 9 of Cups reversed. Yes. So the 9 of Cups, it's interesting because the, shall we say, the person, the banquet host. This is a banquet, he said. He has all his cups arrayed above him. These are emotionally, whereas he's invested himself emotionally. He's very proud too of what he's created, be that from his emotional reservoir of energy, or those things that he has achieved emotionally, family, love, even the ability to support in any way. So it's reversed, meaning that your challenge is not to allow the emotional content of your relationships, your achievements, that which you've invested your emotions into, not to let that spill out. Not to let all you've invested in on a deeply emotional level, not to let that spill become waste, not to waste your talent. Don't waste your talent at something. Don't drain your talent. Don't drain don't let go easily of what you've achieved. So there's a feeling of having to honor that which you've created, and to hold it in deep respect. You know, as a yoga teacher, and having done many things that are service-oriented, it's a very difficult psychological process for the one offering the service to ask for remuneration. So you need to appreciate your talent, and then you can ask for remuneration. You value it, and you are not emotionally unable to ask for the value of it. that it has value. So it's to value that which you've created, that which comes from a deeply emotional place in you. And it makes sense with the 10 of Swords, because through that you can let go of any attempt to hurt or wound you from others. It's unable to get to you, you see, because you guard with your reverence who you are, your talents, your individuality. And in the position of the unexpected, we have, where is it? There we go. The Fool, upright. So, oh my goodness. So yes, all right. So there's a fresh new beginning to something that happens unexpectedly. There's an opportunity for a new adventure. There's an ability to have total faith in a journey into the unknown. A fearlessness embraces you suddenly, unexpectedly. And so you go. You go forth, and you can have a literal adventure, spontaneous, carefree. It's just do this kind of attitude. You are in a mood of not reckless abandon, but a confident sense of the good that's possible in your new endeavor. Yay! I have Scorpio rising. I listen to these two because they are pertinent to me as well. So that's an exciting thing, isn't it, Scorpio? All right, let's cross our fingers. Let's see what's coming up at the end. Oh, unexpected. Well, we have the Dapper Dan, the King of Swords, upright. Dapper Dan. So that could be someone who's an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, with their temperament, their disposition. Each sign is a sort of a family of characteristics, like a family would have family characteristics. Each sign has characteristics. So the characteristics of the King of Swords, they tend to be much more in their head, much more mentally oriented. They are concerned with right and wrong, and they are able to be very discriminating. That is, to discriminate between ideas and to make decisions and to use the reasoning process to its highest degree. They are master menticians. And so this is literally, it could be literally someone at the end of the month is in your environment and contributing to your life in some way. Or on an abstract level, it's dealing with process. It's dealing with a process. It's dealing with either writing or mathematics or some science of some sort, or the law, that is legal issues, or just the discernment of things, decisions, having to use the reasoning process with extraordinary deftness. And that is interesting because, you see, the fool is not like that. It's not like that. The fool is much more trusting in the outcome of things without having to reasonably get to his goal. But at the end of the month, there seems to be a sort of a sharp contrast with that. So there's a sort of a demand on your intellectual reasoning. At the same time, there's a feeling of being launched on an adventure into some sort of unknown territory of some sort, and with a sense of real joy in doing that. But then at the end, we have this need for exactitude, mental exactitude, acuity, and focus. Being very decisive, having to make decisions, and to do that with a high sense of knowing the right thing to do. This is a master of the intellect. So that is it. That's not bad. I don't see. Well, sometimes life is like that. You have to balance two opposing forces, and that's what you seem to be doing. But there's a tremendous healing going on at the very same time, and a need for you simply to honor your talent. That's great. So I'm very pleased with the reading, and just to bring you along for a moment, we support these readings in various ways, and one of those ways is with a counsel card that I create, and that is a subscription-based piece of software that we use to present my meditation on the 4-card spread, with the inclusion of a card from the major arcana, the spiritual part of the deck, and through that card to speak from a higher spiritual perspective, to take a deeper look into the significance of this particular spread. And because, again, Trudy and I have had to sort of separate even our duties for a spell, she's going to be doing the personal readings. These are readings that you purchase, and they can be on a specific, targeting a specific relationship issue, or business issue, or we have a whole panoply of readings that you can choose from, and simply choose one that's appropriate, and then Trudy will be the one doing those personal readings for you. And I want to thank all those people who have sent me their sympathy for my father. He's getting better, and I love you for it. Thank you. And I'd say that's it. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you next month, Scorpio. You had a wonderful reading. See you.